Hi, I'm Whitebread.
And I'm the Mole.
And this is
Late Night Reviews with Whitebread and the Mole.
Halloween!
Since it is the month of October, we took it upon ourselves to compile a top 13 Halloween movies for this month.
Why 13? Well, I'll tell you. First of all, 13 is spooky because it's 13. It's an unlucky number. But also, if you take 3 and 1 and reverse them, it's 31. And that's the day of Halloween in October.
All that aside, we compiled this list together, and it's just our opinion. And, just like assholes, everybody has an opinion. Our opinion is not right or wrong. This is just our top 13. So yeah, without further ado, our top 13 picks for best Halloween movie.
Mo, wait. Do you hear that? What the hell is that? Oh God! Oh God! Ah!
Starting off at number 13 on our list is the 1985 film Fright Night, directed by Tom Holland. Now this is just a regular Halloween bash of sorts. You have vampires, some werewolf-looking creatures, a lot of throwbacks to Bram Stoker's Dracula and American Werewolf in London. Definitely recommend giving it a shot, but not really the remake. The remake is very subpar.
Coming in at number 12 on our list is the cult classic horror comedy Student Bodies. Now, Student Bodies doesn't have the best score on a lot of sites. I mean, IMDb gave it, I think, 5.6 out of 10, and Rotten Tomatoes gave it a 25%. So, why is it even on our list? Because it's good. It really is a very funny spoof of a movie. It's kind of in the same vein as Scary Movie, but in my opinion, this is a lot better, and it came out a lot earlier, and it's overall just a really good, funny Halloween movie.
Number 11 on our list is what I consider to be one of the most underrated monster movies. The film is Jeepers Creepers, directed by Victor Salva. This gem includes admirable creature effects and a monster character that holds up as intimidating, even by today's standards.
At number 10 on our list is Dracula. Now, a lot of directors have made movies based on the story of Dracula. Now, some of them sucked, specifically like the 2000 one called Dracula 2000 with the buff dude from 300. Now, we would personally recommend Bram Stoker's Dracula, which came out in 1992, starred Winona Ryder and Gary Oldman as Dracula. It's a really good movie, and it gives you that gothic horror fix for Halloween. At number 9 is James Wan's The Conjuring. Now, if you'll remember, James Wan is the director who made the Saw franchise. Now, The Conjuring is a lot different from Saw. It's a haunted house movie franchise. They came out with a second one earlier in 2016. Now, the reason why we put The Conjuring on here is because it's quite scary. It's got brilliant sound design. It really is a movie that will absolutely scare you, and it's, kind of a classic haunted house movie. That being said, it doesn't really bring anything new to the table, but it's good at being what it is.
Coming in at number 8 on our list, The Rocky Horror Picture Show, a 1975 musical comedy horror, which is a parody tribute to science fiction and horror B-movies, starring the charismatic Tim Curry and Meatloaf. Now, this is one that splits people. You either love this movie or you hate it. Although I would imagine that most people love it, as it's still relevant today, as they just released a reimagining on Fox. What Halloween horror list is not complete without a George A. Romero film. And what better to include than his classic Night of the Living Dead? This film can be attributed with starting the zombie craze. I'm not sure but there may have been some before this, but none really cemented the creature of the zombie until Night of the Living Dead. And all of the sequels are pretty decent movies. I mean, you can argue that some of them are pretty over the top and lame, but with George Romero's directing and his screenplay, it really brings to life these creatures, and it brings the horror in droves. What's your favorite scary movie? Cutting its way into our number 6 spot is my personal favorite slasher flick, Scream, directed by the legendary Wes Craven. Quite clearly inspired by horror movies before it, Scream both pays tribute to and parodies many other slasher movies. The characters are aware of horror movie cliches, even pointing them out at times, yet most of them still fall prey to the same tropes. Scream is a unique and fun classic, perfect for repeat viewings.
At number 5 on our list is the one and only Halloween. Now, personally, I would recommend the 1978 Halloween simply because it's a classic. It's directed by the one and only John Carpenter, who was absolutely fantastic. And it's really just, I mean, you have to watch Halloween on Halloween, right? However, it was remade in, I believe, 2007 by Rob Zombie, and that version is actually really good too. It's a little bit scarier, and one might even argue a better movie, although personally I would have to go still with the 1978 version because, as previously stated, it's a classic.
Number 4 on the list is the 1981 cult classic The Evil Dead, directed by Sam Raimi. This is one film that proves you don't need a large budget to leave a mark on the film industry. The story is quite simple. College students go to a cabin in the woods, awaken ancient evil, and get systematically slaughtered by zombie-like creatures. However, the over-the-top execution of this film, the great practical gore effects, and charisma of Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell as the protagonist really brings this movie together into a horror classic that stands the test of time. Number 3 is a movie that I feel not enough people have even heard of. Directed by Jeremy Saulnier, I think I'm saying that right, maybe not, Murder Party tells the story of an awkward loner who is invited to a Halloween party via anonymous letter. Having nothing better to do, he accepts the invite only to be subdued by costumed psychopaths who wish to murder him, simply for the pleasure of it. Sometimes referred to as Napoleon Dynamite meets the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Murder Party boasts incredible practical effects from a shoestring budget, great acting performances all around, and glows with undeniable Halloween charm. In fact, I think I may just go watch it now. I am a huge Rob Zombie fan. I won't deny it. And number 2 on our list definitely deserves to be there. Number 2 is Zombie's 2003 House of a Thousand Corpses. House of a Thousand Corpses tells the story of a murderous family, and I believe is truly carried by Zombie's directing and standout performances from Bill Moseley, Sherry Moon Zombie, and Sid Haig. Haig's character of Captain Spaulding in particular can be seen every year on Halloween. This film has plenty of creepy performances and ominous atmosphere for any horror fan, and plenty of blood and sadism for any gorehound. And finally, coming in at number 1 on our list, the best Halloween movie in our humble opinions is Trick or Treat. The 2007 film directed by Michael Dougherty is a horror anthology centered around one Halloween night. Each short story depicted in this movie meshes quite well together and explores werewolves, vengeful spirits, a cantankerous Halloween humbug, and the spirit of Halloween itself, in the form of a trick-or-treating child/creature with a penchant for murdering those who break the rules of Halloween. It is truly a movie that has it all when it comes to Halloween, complete with Halloween lore, classic creatures, great performances from its cast, and timeless stories made just for the greatest holiday of the year.